Hello and welcome to 70 Years, 70 Muppets, a Muppet fan podcast presented by ToughThings.com. This is the podcast where we celebrate the Muppets' 70th anniversary with 70 straight weeks of spotlights on our favourite Muppet characters, from the most popular to the most obscure. I am this week's host, Jarrod Fairclough, and the Muppet of the Week is Big Mean Carl, performed by Bill Barretta, making his world debut in 1996. Now, before I get some actually comments over on Discord, I'm well aware that the puppet has been around since 1992, but the character of Big Mean Carl didn't appear until Muppets Tonight. My guest today is a writer, producer, and puppeteer who is no stranger to podcasting, and he's always been very good to us tough pigeons. He's asked me what's wrong with my voice, I think, every time I've ever spoken to him, including once through Pepe. He knows Big Mean Carl better than anyone because he is Big Mean Carl. It's Bill Barretta. Hello, Bill.
Hey, are you okay? Your voice sounds, I don't know, something's off.
No, I know it happens. It's
What is that?
I can't tell. I can't tell. It's a little tingle
Can you say inside?
inside.
Yeah, you keep doing, you have this, you keep going kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how we
What
go.
is that? What is
Do you know, Bill, when you asked me, I interviewed Pepe once and Pepe asked what was wrong with my voice. And
did.
I need to tell you
Little
now,
bastard.
it is one of my big regrets in this world that I didn't answer with, "You're right, Pepe, I'm the one with the funny accent."
Well,
Just know
yeah.
that's one of those things like when you're in the shower and you're thinking about a conversation you had years ago. That's one of the main ones that comes up.
Well,
So
yeah.
it's a bit of redemption that I get to say it to you now.
Hey, also, I direct too, you didn't mention that
You
part.
do direct. I
And I do
actually
craft services.
okay. Well, I did the cross service thing. I actually did have
Yeah.
director written here, and I apologize. I
Oh,
didn't say it.
you just skipped it.
Well, also because peek behind the curtain for everybody. Someone else was supposed to join us and hasn't yet, and so I kept looking at the Zoom to see if our guest had joined us yet.
Oh, and that's why you skipped.
That's what I keep going.
I
Like
see.
I don't want to, just in case. So I apologize.
Come
Um,
on, come on. She's gonna make it. We know she's gonna
we
make it.
hope
We
so.
know.
We hope so.
I'm gonna text while we're talking. I'm gonna send her a note.
All right. Well, I'm also got my email open. This is
All right.
great podcast fodder for everybody.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'll just be typing away.
Bill, thank you for being here. We're talking about the good old Big Mean Carl.
Ah, yes.
One of my personal favorites.
Oh, yeah.
Um, Bill, I wondering if you could tell us
Why?
sort of
Why?
the
I'm sorry. I apologize, but
yeah, yeah.
Why would you like someone like that?
I like the comedy of it. Um, what I think about Big Mean Carl, and sort of I watched a whole lot of clips yesterday, um,
Yeah.
is I think he's the perfect Muppet character
Ah,
because he comes in, he does something funny, and he gets out.
gets off.
He
Get
gets
out.
off the stage. He comes in, he does his act, whether it be eat, like it's always eating something in the end, and
Well,
then
his
he
objective
leaves.
is to, yeah,
Correct.
destroy.
And
Yeah.
it's sort of well known that I think the three best way to end sketches with the Muppets are either someone blows up, you throw a penguin, or someone eats someone.
Hmm.
And that's his
Hmm.
entire shtick, is that he eats people. And
Yeah.
so he comes in, gets to be funny, does something, and bails. Um, so that's why I think he's one of my favorite characters. He just makes me laugh every single time he's on screen.
Well, that's good. I mean, so not to go too far into this stuff, but I studied as an actor, right? And
Hmm.
then when you study as an actor, you're studying about the depth of characters and where do you draw those things from? All those little things that you make up to create, a character is where are they from and then all that stuff. And I just wanted to do something that had none of that.
Hmm.
I wanted him to be totally if not one dimensional.
Yeah.
uh, just, that's all he is. He just arrives and eats.
Yep.
And he's not a happy individual either. He's miserable, you know. He's just always, I guess because he's always hungry. So he's always in a bad mood. He's hangry, as
He's
they
hangry,
say.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it
yeah.
was originally Big Hangry Carl, but that didn't quite roll off the tongue as well.
Right.
Well, even in the 2015 series when he's playing the receptionist,
Yeah.
that show sort of, went into the lives of a lot of these characters. But for him,
Mm.
he was still just come in, do something funny, get out. Like I don't know, Big Man Carl isn't a character you can go deep on because there's nothing else there.
No, he's not. He's got nothing. I don't know why they would make him the receptionist. I mean, Kermit is just a bad choice. Like, why
Yeah.
would they decide, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's make Carl the receptionist.
Well, so tell me, so you said you wanted to make a character that was one-dimensional.
Basically.
Do you remember the origins of coming up with that character?
I wish I could, Jared. And if I had something, I would just probably be making it up here on the spot because
I mean,
I
feel free to just make something up.
I don't really know other than he just looked loud to me,
Hmm.
you know? He just looked very loud and and I don't know, maybe I was at the time trying to just find something very different from everything else I was doing,
Yeah.
right? Johnny Fiamma has a whole story, and I relate him to my dad and my grandfather, and Pepe is my wife's aunt, and
Hmm.
Bobo is kind of like me. And they're all these character driven, rooted in character things. And I guess I just thought, you know what? I don't want to do that. I just want to do something that is just very simple
Yeah.
and and abrasive, I
Yeah.
guess. Everybody's because the Muppets are nice generally,
Hmm.
right? They're all pretty nice. Carl is just not nice,
Well, see, that
no
was
matter what.
a question that I had for a bit later. Big Mean Carl, is it just a name or do you think he's actually mean?
Very.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, he doesn't
he
care.
just keeps eating everybody.
Yeah, he's completely selfish.
Yeah.
He has no real concern for
Hmm.
anything.
Hmm.
Because he just needs to feed his anxiety, I guess. Maybe he has a lot of anxiety.
That
He
could
doesn't
be it.
really talk about it, but
That could be it. Well, it's funny. So when I emailed you originally to ask you to come on, you were like, "Yeah, happy to do it. I'm not sure how much there is to say because what you see is what you get." And I'm
Mm,
like, but I think there's a beauty in that because I don't know that with a lot of the Muppets that is necessarily like there's a lot of depth to so much of them, whereas Carl
yeah.
is just, I was going to do a terrible Carl impression. I'm not going to do it in front of you. But Carl is just, yeah, just abrasive and just awful to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
and he likes it. And the fact that they let him
mhm,
continue to do these things, that's what I don't get. Like, why would you allow this thing around everyone
yeah.
if he's just going to eat everything? Maybe they're just afraid to tell him he can't be around them.
Well,
You know,
what
I
gets
want
me?
to be the receptionist. Maybe it was like that. And they were like, okay, all right, sure,
Cool. Yep, no worries.
great.
Please don't eat me. Um,
Yeah.
well, also though, watching especially the Muppets Tonight clips,
Yeah.
and I also watched the couple of clips of him on the Lady Gaga special. He
Oh,
is also a performer, like first and foremost. Like he will still at the end be like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." Like, he's very much like,
right.
I
That's
appreciate the
true.
the applause I'm getting.
But yeah, I wonder though if that's just part of like he's just like it's part of the scam, you know.
Okay.
He's pretending he's an entertainer so that he gets the ultimate outcome, which
Yeah.
is to devour what he needs, right?
Yeah.
So that's just like so I'll continue to do more. All right, let's see you next time, He's like ensuring his next performance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I
So,
said, I haven't really thought about this stuff, but I
no,
don't know.
well,
I just
that's
can't
what I'm
imagine
for.
I don't know, but I can't imagine he's really I don't think he kind of tracks anything really,
Hmm.
nothing. It's just in the moment
Yep.
and then it's another moment and then here comes another moment. It's not
Yeah.
like any preconceived
Well, what I
notions.
like about that as well, Bill, is because you sort of saying now that you haven't really thought about it,
Hmm,
I think coincides well with his character because if you're not thinking about it, it means that he can't think about it.
that's absolutely
So
right.
he's probably a great character for like a bit of improv and stuff like that because he is just, as you said in that email, what you see is what you get.
Yeah, I think that's right, Jared. I think I don't try and figure him out because that's not who he is, and I just
Hmm.
try and leave that alone and just play, like I said, in the moment. Something may happen or come up that we didn't expect
Yeah.
just because I'm not thinking about
Yeah.
it. You know?
So,
Yeah.
so what are the logistics of like performing that character as well? I've seen that character in person and he is
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, he's big. He's a challenge. He's probably the hardest puppet I think I've done. Is that right? Probably, yeah. Only because um he's big
Hmm.
and the way he's operated, I don't know if you can imagine it unless you've seen it on the inside
Hmm.
for some reason, but on the inside there's kind of a wooden, it's covered like padded, but
Hmm.
there's kind of a grip in the back of his, like, so his nose is here,
Yep.
right? And it's the top of his head, kind of in the center behind his eyes is this thing that you grab. It's kind of about that big,
Yep.
right? And that you're holding him up with.
Hmm.
And then his jaw is a rod that goes up under his jaw.
Yep.
And he's this kind of thing, right? When he talks,
Yep.
you're flapping his mouth like that,
Yep.
right? But you have to have somebody doing his hands
Hmm.
separately. So that person is inside and under him.
Hmm.
And what I try to do, because it's just, I can't get in him, inside of him really and make it work really well to be able to see a monitor, is from behind him. How do I show you this? If I'm, yeah, let's say camera's over there looking this way,
Yep.
right? Looking towards me.
Yep.
I try to get behind him
Yep.
so his body blocks me,
Hmm.
and I turn back and look out
Yep.
that way,
Basically
right? So
behind you. Yep.
profile, and reach around to do his
Yep.
jaw. So it's really hard. It's
So this
really
is why he's
tiring.
only turning up every so often because that looks really painful.
It is, and probably why that could be another reason why I keep him simple.
Yeah.
He just comes in and does what he does,
Yeah.
and he's done,
For the
you know.
people listening, because obviously this is an audio format and that was a
Oh,
very
of
visual moment,
course.
that's fine.
Sorry. Yeah.
Basically imagine a really uncomfortable position, and that's what Bill was doing. I'm sure you
Yeah,
can
imagine,
visualize most of it.
imagine you're standing and you're twisting your body around to the left as far as you can,
Yeah.
and then you're using your left arm to go around the right side of your body. So you're kind of working in two directions.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And then sometimes you've got other puppeteers involved in that as well because characters are popping out of his mouth. And
Right.
so
Yeah.
you've got a third person in that as well. And I've got to imagine it gets really chaotic.
Yeah, it's well, it's credit to whoever's doing the hands.
Hmm.
Uh
Have you got someone who
eh,
usually does the hands, or is it just whoever?
I think, it's been either Peter or Matt in
Hmm.
the past. Trying to think of anybody else that might have done it, but Muppets Tonight, it could have been Kevin. I'm not sure who
Yeah.
did it back then. But the more recent, like from the 2015 series, I would say it was probably Peter or Matt.
Hmm.
I have pictures of both of them in the mouth, looking out,
Yeah.
of the mouth. Uh, but however they figure that out down there, like Dave, like if I'm going to eat the rabbit,
Yeah.
right? Let's say there's a bunny hopping around and that's Dave.
Yeah.
Then Matt or whoever, Peter, grabs the bunny, shoves him in, but there's another person, and it's not Dave, another
Hmm.
puppeteer who's got their hand already preset up his
Yeah.
tube that goes into his mouth,
Yeah.
and they're just waiting down there to pull it through when it gets in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
So
if
it's
that character's coming back to like
back
pop out
up.
of his mouth or say anything, is Dave then running around and getting it, or is that the second puppeteer going, I'm already here waiting?
Uh, I don't know if we've ever done it in real time.
Okay.
Right. I think once it goes in,
Yeah.
unless it's a bunny and nobody can tell the difference,
Yeah.
then maybe the bunny comes up. But I don't think we've ever really done it in real time where it went in and then came back up.
Yeah, no, the most like I'm thinking specifically of Fufu in the 2015 series getting eaten.
Oh, well, she never came
But
back out, or he never came back out
no, you did at one point.
in the
Just
same shot.
I don't know. No, it wasn't the same shot. You're right. Sorry. I think it was actually
You know,
later in the episode.
we threw
Um,
it in the mouth
yeah.
on the right.
But that's got
Yeah.
one of my favorite Big Mean Carl lines, which
Oh
is
yeah.
when everyone's horrified and Carl goes, "He got the ball. He's happy." One of my favorites.
That's
Um,
good.
so, well, you mentioned the bunnies, right? And you mentioned
Mm.
Dave in particular. We've realized going through that it is almost always Dave playing the bunny that gets eaten by Carl. Is that
Yeah.
intentional at this point?
Well, I hope that, whenever I'm involved in whatever that bit is, I always ask it for Dave because
Yep.
I don't know, there's just something about that little guy, please. He's always like, please don't do it.
Please don't eat
Don't.
me. Please don't eat me.
Please do it. Yeah, don't eat me. There's just something really funny to me about that. I don't
Yeah.
know why, but yeah, if Dave's there, then I always ask if Dave can be
Yeah.
the bunny.
Bill, have you got a favorite Carl moment? Like, I said before, one of my favorites is, he's got the ball, he's happy. Have you got like one particular moment that you really enjoy? I also really love Stand By Me.
Oh yeah, that's sweet. I like that. I mean, sweet, but that was fun to do.
Yep.
Uh, a Carl moment? Oh, not really. I mean, I do like Stand By Me. I do think
Hmm.
that's a pretty good one. Um, I don't know. No, honestly, I can't say I have one particular thing. I I'd have to say Stand By Me probably. I think that's just came out really well. It's so
Hmm.
stupid.
Mm.
I think Kirk directed that bit too, and he
Yep.
he really had a good sense of how that was going to play, and
Hmm.
uh, it was real. Yeah, I think I like that. Probably the best.
That's probably as well how I know that song the best. Like,
Oh,
obviously,
really?
I've heard that song 1,000 times. I've seen that song in other things. But when
Yeah.
I hear it, the first thing I think of is Carl going, "I'm a bunny," and then singing it.
All right. Announcing
Um,
what he is.
yeah,
Yeah.
Carl's just really, as you can tell, just permeated my brain.
Yeah. Well, all right.
Yeah, he lives
I
there
mean,
rent free. That's fine.
you know who else really loves Carl a lot? Do you know
Hmm.
Gregory DeBruno?
I
Do you know
do
that
not.
name? So if you get a chance, search Gregory DeBruno on
Hmm.
Facebook. Amazing kid.
Hmm.
Uh, he's from the Philadelphia area where I'm from.
Yep.
His parents are related. They're family members to this amazing DeBruno Brothers cheese
Hmm.
shop in South Philadelphia that my family has gone to for years.
Yep.
Anyway, he loves Big Man Carl, and I always tease him. Like if for some reason he'll go to, like, my brother has these events that he does at a drive-in theater
Yep.
in Pennsylvania, right?
Yep.
So Gregory will go there with his family, and sometimes we'll do our Barretta Brothers
Yep.
show there. And whenever I just yell at him, like Carl, he loves it. He just cracks. Anytime I get angry at him, but he's another big Carl fan. So
Yeah.
the two of you are the biggest Carl fans I
We're the
know.
two Carl fans. I'm going to say, when we got
Yeah.
the list of 70 characters well over a year ago now,
All right.
I got first selection because I produced this podcast.
All right.
And Carl was, I think, one of the first ones I was like, I have to do Carl. Um, well, look, to wrap up,
Yeah.
Bill,
How's it going for you? You
oh,
like how it's going?
it's doing terrible, bud. Just eat me, please. Just
Shut up. Shut up. Ask me another question.
I haven't got any questions. This isn't inside the actor studio. I haven't got a
What's your
clip.
name?
I'm Jared, Carl. Nice to meet
Say
you.
your name louder. What is it?
Jared.
Well, ask me a question.
Uh, Carl, what's the best thing you've ever eaten besides a bunny?
Next question.
And scene. Um, Wonderful. Look, that made my whole life, Bill. Um, so, I think that's the second time I've had a character. I once had Ernie on this podcast, strangely
Oh
enough.
yeah.
On the very
Oh
first episode,
nice.
Ernie made a cameo,
Oh
um,
nice.
which was very strange. Talking about Rolf. Um,
Oh yeah.
so speaking of all of this sort of wraps up
Yeah.
nicely. So far, 61 characters have been in this 70 years campaign.
Oh, is that right? Yeah,
Yep,
61.
Carl's the 61st. 12
Got
have
it.
been characters that you've performed, whether that's
Oh.
legacy or original,
Hmm.
which is almost 20%. It was like 19.7 something.
All right.
So to wrap up, I'm gonna just quickly list off the 12
Okay.
and just the first word that comes to mind on each, just to
Oh
have
my
what,
goodness.
right?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
if you need me to edit out the pauses, That's fine. I'll do that too.
Okay.
All right. Number one, Rolf.
Jim.
Swedish Chef.
Idiot.
Gene.
Gene.
Bubba the Rat.
How you doing?
Pepe.
Tita Maria.
Dr. Teeth.
Rock and roll.
Granted, I don't think you've played this character once or twice, but Andy Pig.
Stupid.
Johnny Fiamma.
Dad.
Howard Tubman.
Robert Varga.
Manamana.
uh, oh, uh, Wild.
Bobo.
Me.
And lastly, Big Mean Carl.
Shut up.
I love it, Bill. Thank you very much for being here. It's very appreciated. I'll also thank our guest who never turned up, Dani Iglesias.
Yeah, I wish she was here. It's a
Yeah,
shame
she's
she
never
missed.
turned up. Look, I'll see if she has enough time or we'll get a dog voice message or something. Hello, welcome to an episode within an episode of 70 Years, 70 Muppets, a Muppet fan podcast presented by Topics.com. I'm going to do this really fast. This is a podcast where we celebrate the Muppets' 70th anniversary with 70 straight weeks of spotlights on our favourite Muppet characters from the most popular to most obscure. I'm this week's host, Jarrod Fairclough, and the Muppet of the Week is Big Mean Carl, performed by Bill Barretta, making his world debut in 1996. Now, before I get some actually comments over in Discord, I'm well aware that the Muppet has been around since 1992, but the character Big Mean Carl didn't appear until Muppets Tonight. Okay, there. I've already done that once. I've done it again. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've heard the episode, which, I mean, obviously you've heard it because now we're at the end of it, you'll know that we were waiting on a guest to join us. That guest has joined us, well, me, because I'm recording this 47 minutes after I finished with Bill. Turns out this guest didn't know that the time zone had changed, but we love her anyway. She's one of Muppet Studios' producers, return guest to the show. She's the brains behind the entire Muppet 70 campaign. She literally has my dream job. It's Dani Iglesias. Hello, Dani.
Hi, everybody. So sorry I'm bad at time zone math.
That's okay. Yeah, Bill and I are sitting here going, look, we'll give her a couple of minutes and then maybe we'll just start. And then, good thing we did, because otherwise we'd still be sitting here.
Absolutely. It's more than fashionably late. I'm like the most fashionably late. Like I'm winning design awards. I'm a fashion icon level late. So there we go.
But
so excited to be here to talk about Megan being Carl.
Yeah, thanks for coming anyway. Look, you missed a lot. I mean, you'll get to go back and now listen to the entire episode. But you missed a lot. But I did have some questions that were just for you.
Amazing.
So let's,
and I'm here to defend all the bunnies from Carl. I think that's why I'm making my podcast return is in defense of the adorable creatures that Carl's trying to eat.
So, Dani, when I emailed you to ask you about this episode, you said it was the most important meeting of your 2025.
Yeah.
And I thank you for being on time for it. What is it, Dani, that you love about Carl? Why were you so excited to speak about Big Mean Carl?
I don't want to, no tea, no shade to Carl, but what made the meeting exciting is that I get to talk to Tough Pigs. So that was the importance of, I do love me some Big Mean Carl. I think he's adorable and complicated. But most of all, I think the fact that y'all are keeping this podcast going for 70 weeks, and you continue to be such wonderful friends of the Muppets is why I'm really here.
Oh, shucks.
How about you? Why are you so excited to talk about Big Mean Carl? Nobody ever asks you questions. I'm turning this around.
Look,
why do you love Carl?
Oh, Dani, if only you were here an hour and 20 minutes ago.
You already answered this question.
Great. But I'll answer it again.
Nope, don't do it.
I'm going to. For me, Big Mean Carl is like the perfect Muppet. He gets in, he's funny, and he leaves. Bill and I had a whole conversation about the fact that what you see is what you get when it comes to Carl. Like, he is one-dimensional, Bill described him. And I love when the Muppets are funny. Like, I love when the Muppets have heart and stuff too, but primarily my favorite thing about the Muppets is when they're funny. And so Carl coming in and just devouring these little bunnies, always played by Dave Goals, and just shouting at people to shut up, including me, as you'll hear in the episode. Yeah, he's my favorite.
He's great. I love that he knows exactly what he is. He's not here to make any apologies.
Nope.
He's just here to be himself. And that's the best kind of Muppet.
Dani, have you got a favorite Carl moment?
Oh gosh. I do have a favorite Carl moment, but it's from a thing that we're allowed to talk about now. Carl's got a very good little gag in the new Muppet Show.
Oh, okay, that's fun.
That's a callback to one of the sketches that people will have seen. So you'll have to wait to see my new favorite Carl moment. But again,
Okay.
it was it's Carl at his finest. It's Carl doing what he does best.
I'm going to assume you're going to eat someone, but we'll wait and see until it comes out.
Wouldn't that be funny if it's like, no, virtuoso violin, but I like where your head's at.
Well, what about something that has been... So Bill and I both mentioned Stand By Me. That was one of our favorite Carl moments.
Oh gosh, Stand By Me is great. Stand By Me is a lot of fun. That would probably be my second. I'm just distracted by new Muppet Show Carl moment. But yeah, let's do Stand By Me is such a great representation of Carl and who he is and what he wants and the peril that he wreaks. And also what the Muppets do so wonderfully, which is that study in contrasts. Mm-hmm. So you have a song like Stand By Me, which is supposed to be about leaning on each other and friendship and harmony. So to put Carl in that situation to just absolutely not provide a support system for the weaker people is very good.
It's one of my favorites. As I said to Bill as well, it's how I know that song.
Yeah.
Like, I hear him in my head.
Timon and Pumbaa also did a pretty good Stand By Me, I think, in the 90s.
Oh, did they?
I don't know that one. I think so. I'm gonna have to do a Google after this.
There's also a great episode of How I Met Your Mother.
Yes.
That's at the end where Neil Patrick Harris keeps coming in and interrupting Wayne Brady having a nice and Ben Farina, I think it is, having a nice father-son moment. So let's just mix all those three in together and
let's do that.
If someone could do that this week, like put those Carl, Timon and Pumbaa and Neil Patrick Harris in together, that'd be the dream.
No big deal. Someone could get on that, and then the Disney lawyers will immediately take it down off YouTube.
That's fine. I'm not going to be making it. It's not going to be my problem. Now, Dani, this is coming out on the Sunday, so Carl got announced a couple of days ago. There's going to be a lot of artwork being made this week about Carl. You are an artist. You do a lot of the art for the Muppet Studio. What is the key to a good Big Mean Carl drawing?
Oh my gosh, Carl is... I got asked once who my favorite Muppet to draw is, and I'm going to be honest with y'all. It is very hard to illustrate Muppets in a way that makes them look like the Muppet and not like a shiny, happy Disney character. I want them to always look a little bit goofy and a little bit wrinkled and have motion to them. So they're hard to capture. And like, I've drawn the core group and Kermit and Miss Piggy all the time, and they are hard. It's hard to do. Carl is one of my favorites, truly, to draw because he is relatively easy to capture. He's just really fun shapes, but I think it's in his nose and obviously in his giant mouth. But he's got this beautiful bulbous nose that I really, really love illustrating. He's a good one.
Maybe that's why I relate so well to Carl, because I also have a big nose.
You've got a perfectly lovely nose. How dare you talk about my friend Jarrod that way?
Do you know, all right, look, again, and I apologize again because as you'll hear, Dani, Bill and I had a whole conversation about puppeteering Carl that was very visual.
I love that.
But I'm going
Let me show you how it's done on a podcast.
I'm going to show you something visual right now. My nose and my mouth, I don't know how else it's going to work, are the same width.
Wow.
Yeah, I pointed that out to my sister once, and she's like, wow, I can't unsee that. Yours isn't.
Mine is not.
My nose and my mouth are the exact same width.
But your face is so wonderfully balanced, so regret nothing.
Yeah. Do you know, a part of it also is I have a bump on my nose because when I was 18 months old, I fell through a window and slashed my nose open. So that doesn't. So the nose is also slightly back a little bit further than it needs to be.
Got some character to it.
Got some character to it.
I got an Indiana Jones scar from a playground incident. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we call this a Fairclough nose. Because my dad had a Fairclough nose. A couple of cousins have Fairclough noses. I got the most Fairclough nose. So maybe that's why I relate to Carl. He has a Fairclough nose. Yeah, maybe
you guys both have great noses.
Maybe he's secretly a member of my family. I just didn't know it.
Do you eat a lot of rabbit?
No. Do you know we did eat rabbit once? My mum cooked rabbit. We were talking about this recently, and it was disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
No, I don't eat anything that's cute. So that's a hard no.
No, fair enough. I don't know where this podcast has gone.
That's okay. We're gonna edit this in post. We're gonna
I'll be honest,
so
for a second I forgot we're in a podcast. I thought we were just talking.
Yay! We are just talking. All right, anyway, and then we're back to it.
So look, they were the questions I had for you, Dani. I appreciate you coming on for our episode within an episode. And now back to our originally scheduled episode.
Okay, bye, Bill. Bye, Jarrod. Sorry I was late.
All right.
But it's been an absolute pleasure, Bill, and thank you very much. And thank you to Carl as well.
Yes. Well, thank you, Jarrod, for being such a fan. I'm sure Carl doesn't care.
He wouldn't. Oh, hello, folks. Jarrod here again, editing this podcast for the third time. Literally 2 hours and 20 minutes before it goes live. A fun fact, this is called Big Mean Carl Mixed Down 3, because I've done this 3 times. You may remember in my conversation with Dani just a moment ago, we were talking about Stand By Me, and we were saying how the two of us know it, I should say, from Big Mean Carl, Timon and Pumbaa, and How I Met Your Mother. And we decided, well, I said, it would be great if somebody, edited these things together. So I had a spare half an hour the other day, and I did it. So please, sit back, relax, and enjoy Stand By Me.
Hi, I'm a bunny. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light you'll see.
Life will sing. Life will sing.
Now I won't be afraid. I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand.
Don't do it.
Stand by me. Nom, 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 nom. Stand by me. Oh, stand by me.
Stand now. Stand now.
Stand. Won't you stand? Stand by me. Give me.
70 Years, 70 Muppets is a Muppet fan podcast presented by ToughPigs.com, hosted by a whole myriad of people and edited by them as well. Produced by Jarrod Fairclough. The Muppets 70 logo used with permission by the Muppet Studio with thanks to Dani Iglesias, Frank Reif-Snyder and Lee Slaughter. Don't forget to follow ToughPigs.com on all social media platforms. You can support us by heading to patreon.com/toughpigs or buying a t-shirt at tpublic.com/toughpigs.